was like, what are Tim and Dale doing? And when is Dale going to ask me to do it with me?
Rodeo time. Gotta get her on down the road.
I'm going to fart sometime during this podcast, so everybody just remain calm.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Rodeo Time with Dale Brisby. I'm the man, the myth, the legend, the greatest of all time, the greatest host on podcasting, and greatest bull rider. But today we've got some interesting guests that are either or have been training under the greatest of all time to be the second greatest of all time. We've got, starting on my right, Mr. Donnie Daytona. Across
Hello.
the table, Mr. Wes Lee James Snipes. And then right here, some of your favorite, some of you, this is your favorite, Mr. Garret Kelly Johnson.
Phone's
Hello.
off.
Wow.
Sorry.
That's like the first rule of podcast.
We've got all kinds of calls coming in today. But
Are we taking
It's actually-
calls?
it's actually a very important. Yeah, we can, Donnie. If
Okay.
you get any phone calls during this, we'll talk to them. It's actually a very important day. We've got a lot going on. I've got a conference call. I've got people coming in, but Garret Kelly Johnson is stopping by, and we got to talk to him. He was not the first intern here at Radiator Ranch, but the first. I don't know. Like, you put interning for DB on the map, I feel like. How do you feel about it?
Feel like
Okay.
I feel like what you say I did, that's probably what I did.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so as you guys got to watch Garret Kelly, how much of an inspiration was he for you guys to come on board at Radiator Ranch? Or was he?
Yeah, I mean, I really started watching the videos whenever he came on because he's actually funny. But, yeah, so I was like, I'd like to go work with that guy. Then I showed up, and he wasn't here. So I was like, oh,
Okay. So he's the reason you're here.
no, not really.
Oh, okay.
Why'd you just
but
say
you're
that,
a big
Chief?
part of it. You're a big part of it.
Yeah.
It looked fun. You looked like you had a lot of fun here, and I was like, I'd like to do that.
So you DM'd me.
Did you DM him before me?
No, I DM'd you. I don't
What
think
did he
I've ever
DM you?
DM'd you.
What it's like.
Oh, I did. After I've already talked to you.
Okay, that's the second time you've lied now in this podcast.
I
So,
forgot.
this is the podcast where I'm so honest you can shoot dice with me over the phone. So we tell the truth, nothing but the truth, and only the truth. Except for that one time. Wes overslept. Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen it.
And he missed meeting Troy Aikman and Dak Prescott.
No, I didn't.
That's what you thought.
I did think that. Well, never had a reason not to believe you in the first place. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Troy Aikman, Dak Prescott. Dang, I missed him.
So he
I'm still so mad at you about
he
this.
slept in, and I went to Cowboy Stadium to film for The American. Did a commercial with Rowdy, and told him that I did a commercial with Dak and Troy. And so then we talked about it on the podcast. I was giving him a hard time. Leroy called me, like, in the middle of the day while I'm filming at Cowboy Stadium, and he was like, hey, you didn't. And I was like, no, of course not. He's like, well, Wes thinks you did. He feels bad for sleeping in, and now he thinks that he missed Dak Prescott and Troy Aikman. And so he said, so we're going to keep that going. And I said, okay, perfect.
For
So-
weeks.
Got home. We did the podcast, talked about it, and, like, he felt 2 inches tall, whatever, which we all loved, and just gave him a hard time. And then I did the prank calls to
That's the
Cheech.
funniest
Did you
part,
see
I
that?
think.
No.
Yeah, so prank called Cheech. Craig Johnson. What was it? Wasn't that my last name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Johnson.
Wes was gone, off doing whatever, we don't know what, while we were podcasting. We were working. He was probably gallivanting around, whatever. So we tried to prank call him. He got back the next, but it went to voicemail. Got back the next day, and he was like, I knew it was you the second you left that voicemail. You can't get me, old son. I can't get got.
I didn't say that.
While he still believes that I have mingled with Troy Aikman, Dak Prescott, Emmitt Smith, all the above. So he said something else yesterday. He was just like, you can't get me. I can't get God, old son.
I didn't hear him say that.
I don't walk around and talk like that.
Pretty close.
Sometimes. I don't know. I don't know if you're joking.
Anyway. But then he finally watched the Rodeo Time where we admitted that I didn't get to.
That's how I found out.
That's how I found out. It was like 2 weeks after we posted the Rodeo Time, so I don't feel bad. I thought you were going to find out, like, we posted it at 6. I thought you were going to find out, like, 6:09, 9-minute video, you were going to call me. But
Yeah, no.
you don't watch the videos that we put out.
Well, most of the time I'm there during them, so, like, there's not much to see.
That is a good point.
So,
Yeah, but sometimes it's interesting to see how Randy or Leroy
Chops
tells
it
the
up.
story. You know
That was deep.
how
Yeah.
they
play
see
that
it.
soft card.
That was deep. Garrett,
It'd be something to look into.
Yeah, I need to start watching them.
yeah, some things that,
Get your awesome views on that.
yeah. Garrett, what's been going on with, what is it, the +/
The plus// operation.
What's been going on with +/ operation?
Just been made it around the sun once with my own cows, so that was exciting.
Yeah.
You took your cows around the sun.
Yeah, what does that mean? Made it around the sun.
It's not cheap.
It's not cheap. What's up, Leroy? Came to get a hard drive. What does it mean to take cows around the sun?
Well, I just owned them for a year.
Like the
one
4
calf crop,
seasons.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Got
thought
through.
that's what you might mean, but
Mhm.
for our listeners, I wanted you to clarify. That's why I asked that.
Yeah.
I knew that, though. So I'm not going to ask you how many cows you have, because if you ask someone how many cows they have, you literally ain't no cowboy. For those of you that have been following me long enough, you know that. But I will ask, like, just tell me a little bit about it. Like, what was something that, because you're in, like, what is it, Antarctica? Aren't you up that far?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Okay, same thing.
Antarctica south.
A little further south than Nebraska.
Same letters, just spelled different.
Actually, Donnie, you can keep going north and get to Antarctica.
Eventually, you have to go south.
Right. No, it's the other way around. It's west. You're right. I'm sorry.
What?
You can go west and you never go east.
Yeah.
You can go north and eventually go south.
Yeah.
That's why Jesus, everybody thinks that, what's his name? 1492. Columbus was the first one that said the world was round, but it was Jesus. Because he said, I'm going to cast your sins as far as the east is to the west, and which never ends. If he'd have said north to south, there's actually a distance from the north to the south. But there's not one from west. Like, you go west, it just keeps going. You go east, it just keeps going. The west and the east. It's a circle.
It's a circle. It never ends. It goes round.
That was perfect timing.
It's a circle. It never ends. It goes round and round. Yeah. Dang, you got me there.
Yep.
You got me on the Antarctica deal. But, yeah, so Jesus is the first person to declare that the world was round. And he did it by saying as far as the east is to the west. Doesn't that blow your mind?
It does.
My old man told me that when I was a kid. He was talking to a person of a different religion.
I'm sorry. I think we ended. Oh, we were talking about Nebraska.
Nebraska. Back to Nebraska. So, tell us about Nebraska and your cows. What's it like raising cows in sub-zero temperatures?
Usually axe quite a bit to chop ice.
Yeah.
Putting up fence, if it's frozen, then you can drive through the fields. Put up fence pretty easy. It's not muddy, but then you gotta pound the post harder to get them in there, and then
Because the ground's frozen.
then get them out. You want the ground to be frozen so you can drive in there, but then they don't come out so good. So there's the fencing deal.
So you were already running like outside cows on corn stalks, right?
Yeah, in the winter, my grandpa and I take cows in on corn stalks.
So you just did you put your cows on
Corn stalks.
corn stalks too?
Yeah.
And then right now, it's middle of March. Do y'all have any sort of green? The people might be listening to this in the future.
Okay. All right.
What? Middle of March in Texas is different than the middle of March in Nebraska. What are you laughing at,
I
Donnie?
don't know. I'm just happy to be here. That we're all here.
Donnie randomly has thoughts and he just laughs like he is his own best
Giggle box.
audience. Yeah,
Mhm.
he gets his giggle box turned over. Anyway,
There's a
middle of
couple
March.
sprouters.
Is it okay?
There's
Sprouters.
A couple
See,
little.
a little
green
different than
sprouters.
down here, isn't it,
Yeah,
Donnie?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
So-
green here.
Don't talk to me like it was a dumb question. Leroy, did you miss Garret Kelly Johnson?
You hadn't worked out much lately, have you?
Wow.
Oh my
Coming in with the deep cuts.
Maybe he's cutting weight.
I'm joking.
Dang.
Should have said that first. Is this a
Should've
video or a
prefaced
podcast?
Don't worry, we can edit it. Garret Kelly, we can. They got
That guy's
Photoshop
getting
these
big
days.
there.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Getting after it.
Yeah.
buddy.
So tell them about your workout schedule, Donnie.
I've been working out pretty hard. Last month I worked out real hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. 25 times at the gym in town. And we were gone for like a week and a half too.
How far up on the board did that put you? Who else was?
Sense. If you're gone for 7 days or 10 days, we can.
Yeah, but I was going twice a day.
Yeah, 2 a days.
Mm.
Mm.
I think the most was like 43 days.
Dang, who was that?
I don't know.
Is it the what's his name that I was telling you about?
I
The
have
big-
no idea. I couldn't even tell you. 43 times someone went to my gym
Oh,
last month.
dang.
That's the shortest month too.
Well, Donnie has just constantly made fun of the DB Rodeo Time warehouse gym
Old school.
since it through its evolution. You know, it started in the garage back when Garret Kelly was here. Remember that?
That shelf looks good.
And yeah, he made that shelf.
Yeah,
Garret
no,
Kelly
he
made that.
He told me.
Standing up, by golly.
And then it was over there where that office used to be, and then it moved right here, and I think it's great. It's right in the podcast room. But Donnie just repeatedly throws rocks at it.
What about when Rocky was in Russia?
Yeah, Donnie.
That was a movie, bro.
That was based on a true story though.
Oh yeah.
So, making fun. Well, now that Leroy, say your quote.
Which one?
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands and say your prayers, because germs and Jesus are everywhere.
Now that there's germs everywhere, guess who showed up in the Rodeo Time gym yesterday? Just waltzed in and like had his little protein shake and his phone and his AirPods. He was like, "What's up?"
Your weight
Don't
room's cool.
Don't what's up me. All of a sudden, the clean gym is one that you're all excited about.
Hey man, you gotta protect yourself.
Yeah. Anyway, you still
Do
work
y'all
out?
Clean? When's the last time you cleaned?
I'm the only one in here, and I hardly sweat.
But you shake hands with more people than anybody else here.
Well, I've washed my hands since I got back from Oklahoma,
Hopefully.
and this is day 4, so
Yeah.
we're in the clear. You still work out?
Not so much right now.
Tell us
Probably
about.
hard. He's running an operation. He's got a business to run.
That's true.
He's cowboy fit.
Cowboy fit.
Cowboy fit. Ready to ride some Broncs. Cowboy fit.
You look trim though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you get down a little because the frame I think is cutting off your head, Leroy?
I haven't fixed my mustache today, and I don't want,
Okay.
yeah.
You're like
I don't want to scare the kids.
you're like the adult in all them old cartoons, and they would come like you would only see him from like the hips up.
Okay, so I want to talk more about your time here, Garret. We've talked about some surprises that these guys experienced when they got here. Like, what was maybe a little different? What was the thing that was most different about Radiator Ranch than what you anticipated?
Snakes.
Wow. Yes.
After the first one, about everything I did outside, I mean, I was scared to death.
I've got
Got my
something
dog,
else.
about got me.
I've got something else in mind. Snakes and what else was different down here than what you expected? I was gonna
weather,
say, yeah,
right?
yes,
Is that correct?
yes.
It was warm.
So
Coldest winter
Garret
of my life, and it got warm.
Kelly Johnson coming from Antarctica.
Let's go over west.
What's the hottest it gets in like July and August? Like 73?
It'll get over 100 a few times.
Oh,
there.
baloney.
Which camera? It does a few times.
So what's different about that 100 degree weather than this 100 degree weather?
Guess more humid there.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't wake up and it was 90 degrees here. We at least have a little bit of a window there.
Oh, up north.
Yeah.
It's a little cooler in the mornings.
In the morning.
What about your cows in the weather up there? I mean, I feel like that's just too cold. Summertime is obviously great.
Yeah.
Did you lose any calves to?
To cold.
Yeah.
No, there was the flood there. That
That was
wiped out northern Nebraska pretty bad.
Kind of got
We
some
were
of your
pretty
cows?
No,
Okay.
nope. But in the area, I mean, their herds wiped out.
Dang.
Glaciers.
Dang. What, cause you like live and breathe like the beef cow deal. So
Bovine.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you love it.
Yeah.
You were in charge of feeding here, and
I
That
don't
was
know
like-
if you like feeding as much as Wes likes feeding.
no, he definitely does.
Everything's accounted for. Everything's healthy and happy. That's what I call a good day.
That's what I know.
He definitely likes it more than Wes. That's not a slight at Wes.
That's true. I mean, he does do it.
Wes
for a
likes a
living.
lot of things. Wes enjoys doing a lot of things here. Like
Folding shirts.
Garrett's like
Eh.
that like rivals like your love for like I don't know tacos or something.
Tacos are all right.
Yeah.
How dare you? It's Tuesday.
It is, ain't it?
So it probably meant a lot for you whenever you got to those first set of cows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you bet.
that was exciting.
Got them all calved out. That was a big deal. Played the Lonesome Dove theme song as I was driving them out to the pasture. I looked back at the heavy pen and it was empty.
Yeah.
Yeah, got them branded.
Heading to
ev-
Montana.
yeah, we went north with them. So, no, when I was finished with one step, I mean, it was just real exciting. Sale barn, whatever.
Yeah.
Getting them weaned, branded.
Leroy and I, we bought our first.
Your text. We can talk about that later.
Sorry, I got like 4 calls at the same time. Leroy and I bought some cows in
14.
2014. Yep. And if you remember, so we bought, I don't know how many pairs. Yeah, we were pretty excited. I think we paid $1,500 for like heavy bred cows.
Yeah.
And they were, I don't know, 6. And so not super young, but
They're nice. Those
we
are
had
cool
them for a
first
while.
set.
They were just
Producing things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Angus cross cows, black baldy, and they all calved, every one of them. And then that's when the market just like skyrocketed,
$2.80 a pound.
something like that. Our calves, we sold the next year. The calves averaged $1,550
Paid for their mamas.
when
Yeah,
we
the
weaned
head
them.
of the feed.
We didn't even
Wow.
we didn't even carry them through on wheat or anything, just like 600-pound calves.
That's a deal.
Like, yeah, we paid for the cows with the first calf crop. Isn't that insane? I don't know if it'll ever happen again. It might after this deal, all the shortage of meat we got.
Yeah, I don't know.
So your calves are what? 300, 3 weights, 4 weights now?
I don't have any anymore.
Oh, you've already,
Yeah, I sold them 7.5 or so.
oh, okay.
Thereabouts.
Gotcha.
First of the year.
Ours are just getting primed up, ready to get worked right now. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't calve till April 1st, so.
gotcha. That's right. I forgot because you're in Antarctica.
Mm-hmm.
You would have lost some if you had been calving when we were calving. It's probably cold, huh?
Could have been cold, but
Let's talk about bronc riding.
That's what I was about to ask. Have y'all talked about rodeo yet?
No, he wouldn't let us. We were trying to talk to it. And he's like,
The podcast wasn't
Yeah.
on. Y'all wanted to talk about it when we walked in.
now it's rodeo time.
How many horses you been on since you left?
3.
Dude, you kind of went on a little bit of a run though. You've been on more than 3 because it was last summer. Like you went kind of hard, didn't you?
Oh no, not since the last time you were here. Like since
Oh,
you changed occupations.
yeah. I tried to rodeo as much as I could really this summer. Hit 15 or so.
Which is hard for Nebraska going to Emmy rodeos.
Yeah, I tried to stay within 2 hour one way. I mean, I could stay pretty busy, but
Because you made their finals too, didn't you?
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
How was that? Was that like
Those were them
comparable to
3
turning out the cows?
yeah. I mean, it was cool being there.
Yeah.
Got bucked off pretty good all 3, but
That's all right. That
Yeah.
don't ma- You're the one
I
that got
saddled
the,
3 horses in the final, so it was me. Got a jacket and a number.
yeah. Oh, dude, you gotta get the jacket.
Yeah.
Every cowboy's got to get at least like an Emmy finals jacket. Like that should be your first goal. Like get an Emmy finals,
Make an Emmy finals.
and then hopefully it's not the 1 year they do like just pendants or
Yes.
something,
Yeah, they give you
like a coffee mug.
a denim vest.
Yeah, whatever the. Hey, I like the vests.
I don't like the denim vest. I like the denim jackets. But
Where'd you get a denim vest?
it was one of them JRTR PRCADR.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
Yeah. That's what Donnie's going to this year.
It's up there in the northern region.
We should put on a series here, so you could like get a garment, like some sort of.
You already
Yeah.
got the buckles.
There you go. Yeah,
No,
we
I
got
want
buckles.
my own buckle. I want like customized buckle.
Oh, one that says Donnie Daytona on it.
Has
Well-
Dale Brisby on it. Just knock the Dale Brisby off and put Donnie on.
Dude, why are you not wearing that jacket right now?
It's chilly enough. It's
I
jacket
don't know.
weather.
Dude, once you get that first jacket, like you wear it 10 months a year, no matter how hot it is.
Till you make another finals to get another jacket.
You walk up to a rodeo in late July and it's 120 degrees, or August, like say Denton. It's always hot in Denton, and you're wearing it, then it's pushing it.
It's black leather. I mean,
Wait, what? What association says?
Yeah.
Black leather
mid-states.
Dude.
jacket?
Need to get a Harley.
It's usually green or
Ride that to the rodeos.
denim in Texas.
So how many horses total have you been on, do you feel like, including the ones you got on here?
75 or so.
75?
I was doing pretty good at keeping count, but
Yeah. Because I feel like, what did you get on here, like 50?
not quite.
Yeah. We went down to that Stay Smith colt bucking. You got
Couple
on like 10 in a day there.
I don't know. I wish more.
Good answer.
Because I'm still coming off of them.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Did you
little
bring your
things are
saddle?
happening. No, I did not.
what'd you ask?
If he brought his saddle.
Yeah, it's supposed to start raining here in like 20 minutes.
I think it's raining right now.
But y'all scared of some rain?
I'm not a fair weather cowboy, but I'm kind of a fair weather cowboy.
Yeah.
In the
Make sure
practice
you
pen,
brought
I would
that
say.
In the practice pen in March in Winnebago.
Yeah.
Because it could be like raining and 30 or sunny and 80.
And then a lightning strike.
Pow. But we are going to buck them soon. We're probably going to buck them this weekend. So, Donnie, you guys continue your conversation. You ask Donnie what?
How's the Bronc riding?
It's good. It's good. I like it a lot better than riding bulls.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
How many did you get on at that?
Just 2.
2 of them?
Yeah.
What was it like your first one?
The first one probably went worse than the second one, but he didn't buck as hard. I don't know. He just kind of came out. He took the rein from me pretty good, and then he kind of started dog tracking away from me and just like moving sideways, and just got out from underneath me really.
Was it about what you thought it'd feel like? Because my first one, it wasn't at all what I envisioned.
I would say probably about 3 months ago I would have said no. I would have expected it to be a lot more intense, but I don't know. Getting on bulls and stuff, I think really helped me with the intensity of it. I feel like.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Did you like black out your first 15? Remember, I'm trying to remember, like, so for like 3 seconds you're just like so intense and hyped up that you kind of like can't remember it, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you're on a horse?
Pretty much have a nosebleed, and then I'm on a horse and already out of breath. My back hurts from trying to figure out how to saddle the thing because it's bent over.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
99 degrees in Texas.
yeah, I'm starting to wake up a little bit better.
Yeah.
But
I remember that.
maybe
first
more than
click.
15. It was,
We were in Archer City when me and you went to Archer,
yeah.
and it clicked right then. I remember seeing it in your eyes.
Yeah.
It was neat.
I forgot y'all went to that rodeo together.
Yeah, he was like, breathe, just keep breathing, and he freaking stuck it on one.
Yeah, I was so jacked that you had gone to a school before you got here. I told Donnie, we've talked about it on the podcast, like I enjoy it when somebody's been on at least a few Broncs somewhere else.
I had no idea what I was doing, so he really, really ran me through the dummy course.
Donnie
before.
hadn't really even sat on a horse that many times before. Like, you'd ridden some horses,
Yeah.
but so I enjoyed the fact that he got on a lot of bulls first, because then I knew at least he'd be awake. So the most exciting thing for me, takeaway wise, after Donnie got on his first 2 Broncs at the Steiner Ranch, he got on the first one, and he kind of slid off. And when you slide off, it you wind up going through the air like as if you are sitting on the Bronc. So you wind up landing kind of on your butt and your back. Well, that's when your stirrup will hang. You know, and that's why you want to twist to your belly when you're flying through the air, because it'll twist your foot and the stirrup will come off, just because of the way your foot fits in the stirrup. Anytime you're ever hung up to a horse, people, roll to your belly. So anyways, I told him, I was like, man, you got to roll. Like, you're flying through the air. You're already completely off the horse. You need to learn to roll to your belly. Otherwise, you're going to start getting a lot of concussions. Because most of the time when you hang a stirrup, you don't just drag around the arena. It's usually just for a split second that your foot hangs. But
Turns
it's
your body into a whip.
yeah, it's
whips your
just
face
enough
in the ground.
time because your feet were gonna hit the ground first, but then when you hang that stirrup for half a second, it grabs your feet and your head keeps going. So your head's the first thing that hits the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of the reason it makes it dangerous when you're learning, because you don't know how to even get bucked off. If somebody comes here and they've been on 15, 20, 30 horses and they've been bucked off and they know how to get bucked off, then it's a little more exciting to start learning. But anyway, Donnie almost hangs a stirrup the first one. I was like, all right, you got to roll to your belly. The second horse, he's midair and just like a fish, like a cat, just turns over in the air. And I was like, all right, I'm okay. Now we've just been waiting on literally the weather.
Yeah, it's been pretty crappy ever since.
Or we were on the road
Yeah.
the days it was really nice here. Yesterday was way nicer than I anticipated.
Mhm.
We should have, if we'd have, and it's either the weather or we don't have enough people.
Yeah.
It'd be like me, him, and Wes. But
I mean, you could text somebody. Hi, man, you'll come buck some ponies?
yeah, but we need
Yeah,
like
but we don't want you.
we need like 5 somebodies. No, because you're gonna be running either the camera.
Yeah.
So I need Pedro to flank. I need you to run camera. I'm gonna pick up. You're gonna pop latches. I guess we just need one more person to slap them out. It's too bad you don't have a girlfriend.
Or longer legs.
That was weird.
Sperm out good.
You got a driver today.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a driver.
She's cute.
She's cute. Yeah.
I know it.
Don't bring your lady to the pitching because
Yeah.
you might not take her home.
Well, I was gonna ask if she was your lady or just a driver, because if she's single, Donnie's kind of looking.
Oh, no. She's pretty well taken.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Okay, Donnie, just cool it. Okay.
All right,
Yeah. She's with him. All right.
I'll deflate my arms now.
Eyes on us.
Yeah.
Oh, have you been to the gym?
No, I'm glad because, well, number one, I'm just glad that you have a girlfriend. But
Surprised?
no. The moment you walked in, I saw those sideburns, and I was like, this guy, he's going to be beating him off with a stick. This dude, I'm telling you, like, I put him in my story like twice, and he had like 14,000 followers like the next day.
No, I get it. He's better looking than me and Wes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to like say
You
that.
should know that. You shouldn't even have to ask. Look at him.
Yeah, look at him.
I didn't ask. I said I get it.
Oh.
He's like,
We understand, all right?
I understood what he meant when he said I sucked, but he wanted to go on and on about it. Little Todd Snyder. Anyway, so I'm excited also because she lives in Texas, and that
Yeah.
means you come to Texas. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
I want to say it's because you're wanting to visit us, but really just passing through. Hey, my feelings aren't hurt. I get it. Nebraska and Texas are a long ways away. I just hope this isn't the last time we see you this summer.
It's not.
You got to come see. You got to come get on these horses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the next visit? You going up there next, Ashley, to Nebraska? You like their place? They got a beautiful place. I've only seen it in Snapchats. You never invite me.
My parents invited you.
I know.
I've invited you.
I've seen your parents like 4 times in the last month.
Yeah, I've met your parents more times than I met you.
Me.
And
They're good people.
yeah, me and Wes were talking about it.
I don't
Like-
think I've ever met your parents.
Haven't you?
Wes didn't even have to talk to your dad. He was like,
No, literally, your dad walked up and I was like, that's Garrett's dad.
"That's Garret Kelly Johnson's dad." Yeah. And then you hear him talk, and you're like, "Yep." Yeah. They invited me to the place. I drove through Grand Island twice.
It's been weird times.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I felt like y'all probably wouldn't. I don't know. And it's 3 a.m. Like I'm already like almost there, you know.
South Dakota. Or
Yeah, I think Cheyenne and then South Dakota. I don't
Huron.
Not Cheyenne. Yeah, Huron, South Dakota. It's a different state. Cheyenne's in Wyoming. So, what's your rodeo plans this year?
hit it when I can.
Yep.
Yeah. Just got rid of the winter cow, so
What?
all right.
About it.
Yeah, just
It's
got
been-
rid of the winter
It's been
cow.
a really long time since I've been on.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah. Dang. I wish we still had prime time.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, that'd be a
Me too.
perfect one to
Is
crack
his
back
skull
out on.
still back
Yeah.
out there?
Still waiting on you. I saw it yesterday. I rode by it. So I was like, man, got Garret Kelly Johnson's name on it.
Be
We-
pretty cool.
We were filming for this show, and they went back there and used it as B-roll.
Yeah, they loved it.
They loved
It
it.
was like everybody that ever comes, like the Can-Am guys and those other guys that came there, they all go back there and see that, and they're always like so amazed with skulls
Yeah.
of dead animals that are just like, it's like a boneyard.
Yeah.
See, it's not a good animal of ours. We liked him. Yeah, he had a name.
Yeah. Well, that,
I'm kidding.
but also he had only died like 3
There was
weeks ago.
there was skin on it,
And you can tell it's a horse, you know, like I think they're envisioning like this desert scene where it's like a cow skull, like kind of like in a cartoon, like Wile E. Coyote, you know. Exactly. Yeah. And then there's a cow skull in the desert, but it's like
Some
this
hide on it.
Yeah.
yeah. But this lush green grass and then just like a dead horse.
And wilting cacti.
'Cause
It's
he-
all around.
Yeah, because we had sprayed the cactus, and because they asked if they could go back there, and I was like, yeah, sure. And I literally thought to myself, they're professionals, they know what they're doing. I'm sure they'll get a good shot. And then we because I doubted it, and then I saw it in the finished cut, and I was like, that looks terrible. I should have told them not to go back there. I did. I was like, we can't do that next round. Like, we got to film something different. Yeah, they had like some pump jacks in it, you know, because we're in Texas. I was like, that's not gonna really communicate what you're going after. Just
I
'cause-
liked the old tractors that they got back here.
Oh
Like
yeah,
rusting out
yeah, tractors
and
too.
stuff.
Like, we don't farm. We don't have oil leases.
we don't
and
kill our
we don't
horses.
kill our horses.
Is a cactus getting killed?
The cactus we do kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we sprayed it when you were
Yeah.
here. It's taken 2 years.
But it's doing the thing.
It's dying.
Yeah, it's still dying. You can tell. Some of it's like,
Mushy looking.
yeah, mushy looking.
Mushy cacti, man.
So, what is it that you guys would talk about Dale Brisby if I were not sitting here? Wes, you go first. What would you tell or ask Garret Kelly?
Into the microphone.
Thank you. I don't know. Probably just ask him what his time was like here. I don't have anything. Just super interesting.
You say it almost like it's prison, like you did time.
No, it's not prison.
What'd you get?
How bad was it at night?
Did you have the shivers too?
Oh man, I wish I could tell the story about the first night I got here.
You can tell it.
You want me to?
Yeah, I guess. You bring it up all the
Dude,
time.
I was so weirded out, man. I was weirded out. I was freaking weirded out.
It wasn't
Donnie-
even here. It was.
Donnie almost left.
Dude, okay, so we're in Guthrie, Oklahoma. Yeah, for Little Britches. And I show up. I'm outside this hotel. And I'm like, I'm about to go up and meet two guys that I've never met before in just a random hotel room.
And
It's like
stay
the-
with them.
Yeah, and stay in the hotel.
Yeah. And so whatever, that's fine. Like we go out to dinner, I think. I meet Caitlin. And so me and you go to bed at like 6:30. I think the sun was still up, and I was like, "Is this what it's gonna be like?" I was like, "Is this what it's gonna be like all the time?"
Fresh out of college, like had recently gone to South Padre. Like
6:30.
Wes is out like talking to his girlfriend on the phone or whatever, and he comes in and finally like, you two were sleeping in that bed over there together, and I was in a bed by myself, and not 5-10 minutes after Wes lays down, I hear. I'm like, what is going on over there? I was like, what are Tim and Dale doing? And when is Dale going to ask me to do it with Then I like peek over there and I see Dale like pop up and like look at Wes too. So I was like, all right. So whatever Wes is doing, Dale does not approve of it either.
You better finish this story quick.
So he's facing the wall. Wes is. I'm like, what in the hell is this guy doing over there? Because it didn't. I mean,
I
it
didn't
kind
know.
of sounded like that, but it was more. It was quicker.
It was, yeah. I never heard anybody make this sound before in my life.
It was like. It was weird. Like I got out of bed and walked around the bed to him and like inspected him. Thank God Almighty. I saw him like this right here. Just like doing that with his mouth. I don't know
My mouth
what it
was dry, all right?
I don't know what
I
it
was
was.
dehydrated.
Okay. That's what it was. The next night. So I had Wes sleeping in the same bed as me because, I mean, I felt bad kicking him to the floor. Caitlin was in the next room, you know, have the lady by herself. And I was like, well, Wes and I have known each other for 2 months,
Yeah, a couple
3
months.
months maybe. And so we'll let the new guy, you know, get comfortable. And so night number 2, I was like, Donnie, can I sleep with you? Yeah, he almost packed up his stuff that night, is what he told me. How nervous were you to look over there?
I was pretty nervous, dude. I was scared.
You're just waiting to lock eyes. Welcome to the team. This podcast is brought to you by Jeremy.
Oh, man.
Was there any weird moments like that where you wondered, like, what have I gotten myself into, Garrett?
Man, not that I can think of.
Yeah.
He had a bunkhouse to himself.
Yeah. We did go on a trip right off the bat, but there wasn't anything abnormal about it. We went, you got here in March, and we went to, like, Dallas Market. Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't they ask you to model in that?
No, you're thinking of the booth across from us, and it had those 3 girls. We've been there every year, same booth. Booth across from us is there, same year, every booth. And there's 3 girls across that are like models, and they work this booth. It's not a Western brand. It's something very contemporary. It's a Dallas Market, whatever. and we see them every year. Very subtle pleasantries, like they might say, "Hey," and then all of a sudden, this one year, we got sideburns with us, and they want to be our best friends.
Chatty Cathy's.
Yeah, they come over and talk to us like we know their names now, and I'm like, "Oh, this is a nice change of pace." And then by the end of it, one of them hands their phone number to this guy, and I was like, "What in the world? What are you doing?" He's like, "I don't know." He's like, "Are you gonna call her?" "Probably not." And then that was the end of it. And that was like the first outing with Garret Kelly, and it was just like that's how it was. Whatever.
There's got to be some weird stuff, but I just can't come up with anything
Yeah.
that I can say. on the
I don't say that
podcast.
you can talk about.
I don't know. That right there was probably the most inappropriate weird thing.
I just had a dry mouth.
Yeah. I believe it. I know you did. I went over there and checked.
It was my last pink starburst. But I didn't want to swallow it. I wanted to savor the
Swallow
flavor.
or waste it. You can only suck on pink starburst for so long before you eventually got to chew them, and it makes a weird noise. I get it. Yeah. Did you have any weird moments? So, 6:30. We find out he's a ladies' man. He had to hear you making weird noises. What you got, Wesley? Any weird moments where you were like, "What did I get myself into?"
Yeah, once.
Yeah.
It's gonna sound weird because it was weird.
Okay.
We were. We're in Oklahoma City.
I was afraid you were gonna tell that story.
Why would you say that?
I thought it was funny.
Hey Wes, what do you have?
You literally said we could talk about anything.
No, I didn't. I did not say that ever.
Podcast, not X-ray.
Oh.
My apologies.
Oh my god.
And then went into explanation of how it's done. Like all detailed. Like his surprise was he's a ladies' man. Like I don't know. Your hair was a little shorter. You were shorter than I anticipated.
Taller.
I thought you'd be taller.
The one I always get is people think I'm like some giant fat guy. Like,
Why?
I don't know. Everybody, man, you just look a lot bigger in videos, I guess. I don't know. I guess the camera adds 10 pounds, but I'm only like a 189, 190.
Were there any weird moments for you in a booth? Because I'm going to get to yours here in a second, but I want to ask Garret Kelly first. That reminded me.
I wasn't in a booth too much.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't like it much.
No, we didn't have very many.
No.
He had things for me to do here.
And he loved cattle. That's what I'm saying. Wes loves cattle, but he also loves booths, and he loves working here, and then he loves editing, and he loves bull riding.
I don't like shirts.
He didn't want to wear one now in the podcast, but we made him.
You don't wear shirts much?
I didn't like folding them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But he told us that up front. So
Dang, we had that option.
We could have just not folded shirts.
you didn't. Neither one of y'all had that option.
Okay.
No. What was your weirdest booth moment? I didn't have one in mind. I just thought you may have one.
I don't know about weirdest. I got like some frustrating ones.
Yeah.
But when those dudes in Vegas like crapped their pants in the booth and
Yeah.
thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, that was pretty
And then
inappropriate.
Stuck around and let it linger for like
Yeah.
30 minutes. It's like, all right, go change your diaper.
Yeah. I had a guy tap me, give me the old hit my junk while we were taking a picture. I don't know why, but that was probably the most inappropriate booth moment.
Like as a joke.
Yeah, I guess because he had saw a video. We don't even do it that often, but like
Just when
Wes
JB's here.
and JB are really the ones that do it to each other the most. They just kind of like while we're taking a picture at the end of the day or wrapping up a video, just like bam. JB hit Wes the other day. Wes hit me. Whatever. Anyways, this guy I guess saw that video and thought it was okay to just randomly do that to me.
I know you. I see you on
Yeah,
the videos.
I've seen your
I know you.
videos.
It's okay if
I can
hit you in
just
the nuts.
punch you in your.
it's common human knowledge.
Yeah.
I know you.
I was just glad Leroy wasn't there.
That crap makes me so mad. I will punch somebody in the face if they hit me in the nuts. JB doesn't hit me in the nuts. Not that I'm gonna punch JB. I might. But nut shots are it's nothing to play with.
That ain't no cowboy.
No.
You ain't no
Hit people in
cowboy.
the nuts, you ain't no cowboy. Except JB, you're kind of great. Yeah, he's a cowboy.
What was your favorite video you made while you were here?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Water hole, water gap.
Oh yeah, man, that one
You
got.
got to take your shirt off.
No,
No,
I
good.
did. Did you lose?
I lost the first one.
I lost to Pedro. Later, you lost the first one. Yours, both of those videos. So like you fixed the water gap once, and I did. They got tremendous views.
Why did you have to fix it again?
You fixed one side. I had to go fix the other side
Oh,
in
it
the next
wasn't
video.
the same place.
Right.
Water moccasins were eating me up. I had to make quick work. So
Are you sure water moccasins? Or are you thinking like mosquitoes? You're thinking mosquitoes.
You don't remember the video. At the end of it, he
in the water.
screams.
Oh, water moccasins. Gotcha.
As a
That was
guy that's afraid of snakes, how worried of snakes were you when you were fixing that water gap?
Pretty nervous. I was scared. I'd be mowing, I see a little rat snake. So I'd mow across the pasture. Mow somewhere over there. I had to clean out the burn bins, and I saw lizards, and I had to
Jumpy.
clean those windows back there.
Did you even watch the video where we caught those 6 rattlesnakes? Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Stood
Yeah.
back a bit.
Scrolling through
Stood
my
back from the screen.
scrolling through my phone with just the pictures and stuff I took. We're idiots. Why did we do that? Like that was like one bite. And we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, but like,
Dude, people do that all the time. I
Yeah,
feel
with
like
professional like snake grabbers, not a shovel and a
Stovetops.
stick
yeah, I was wearing stovetop boots.
dude, I think
and
it,
boxes of beer.
I
on
don't
my
know,
feet.
man.
I think we were pretty careful. Like rattlesnakes don't. If there's a rattlesnake over there on the edge of this room, like he ain't coming after you.
No, no, he's not.
No.
Which sucker bit my dog and chased us through the driveway?
Yeah, but like you started it. Your dog started it in the snake's eyes. Obviously, you didn't actually mean to, but like in that snake's world, your dog started it. Yeah. Now if I walk
Didn't
over
even
him,
rattle.
huh?
Didn't even rattle.
That's
I mean, that's-
been common
that's
lately,
ridiculous.
and that is scary.
Pigs eat them if they rattle.
I'm not trying to defend snakes. I'm just saying, for us that day, I didn't feel unsafe
I did.
because at some point we just let them go. Like if we drop them and they just like okay, go on, whatever. Like I'm not gonna run pick it up with my hand. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you ain't no cowboy, I guess.
Wes says it must have in the summertime. He must have said he's seen a snake every other day.
I've seen a lot of snakes this
I
past summer.
seen a snake. I seen one snake all summer long.
He told me I ain't seen a rattlesnake here.
I hadn't.
I
One
haven't.
you saw
When
the
you
first one.
came,
I have not seen.
I
a
had not
rattlesnake.
seen one till you came. I lived on that place for 2 years before you got there. What about you? What's your favorite video, Leroy, that we've done?
Man, I don't even remember half of them. We've done so many.
Think about it. We'll come back to you, Wes.
Like that since I've been here, or like in total.
Since you've been here, that you've gotten to be a part of.
Just any video where JB shows up, or like when JB and Blue showed up.
Yep.
I mean,
That was a
just-
pretty fun day.
I mean, everybody was here.
Garrett was here too.
Yeah, Garrett was here. We all bucked bulls, and it was.
That was a blast.
Yeah, that was a good day.
It was good weather. We rode around on the canyon. What did we do? Like 3 videos that day. Is what we got out of that. That was fun. Yeah. Donnie,
I like the Daytona.
that was pretty funny too.
That was fun. To
That
shoot.
was more of a skit, not a vlog.
Yeah, I like
That was good.
I like the skits.
I do
Or-
too.
the
I think the
skits
skits are funny.
Filming them are fun. Like I know the videos are silly, but the process of making it is by far the most fun for me. Like the one we did for rock and roll the other day.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Right.
My favorite though has to probably be jerk down roll, like one of the first.
Oh man, you're talking old school. That was
Oh, yeah.
2014.
Do you remember how much we laughed?
We made that video 6 years ago.
Like we couldn't. The ending, we had to put the music loud and not have the background noise because we were all laughing so dang hard.
Yeah. No, I remember. Yeah, me, you, Keegan.
And one of the warehouse girls.
So I don't know that I even have this video, so I can't dub it over if you're watching on or listening on YouTube. But like you were riding a mini horse, and
On Sheriff.
Yeah,
on the sheriff, and roped a calf, and we were joking around about the jerk down rule because that was kind of coming up right then. And I was like, jerk down rule, nope, flagged him out, and you're like, man, we're just working calves, and he's turning this. He goes to turn this mini horse around.
Stirrups dragging the girl.
He's like, what are you talking about? He like turns his horse around to talk to me, you know.
Did you have a whip too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that same day.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
that little
then-
video.
Yeah,
We had a static camera. But there's an alley about as wide as this room, and we had a camera pointed, and Thin Lizzy's cowboy song was playing, and dun, 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 and all the cows trot by, and then the bull, and then me and Keegan on normal size horses, dun, 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 and then right as it says, I am just, like 8 beats later, so like trailing behind, Leroy comes on that mini horse. I am just a cowboy. Oh golly, that was funny.
The best part is it didn't even get on camera was when we were setting up to do that shot when we were riding past the camera and either you or Keegan let my saddle off and I couldn't get my feet out of the stirrups and I just fell sideways.
Yeah, you were like riding.
He was trying to get away but he couldn't because he just went in a circle.
Yeah. God, that was funny. I miss that horse.
Yeah, can we bring him back?
So he foundered, and my farrier who comes over here seldom, because I don't have to have my horse's feet worked on that often. He goes to a barrel racer. He goes to her house like maybe a couple times a month. She like even boards horses. So he was like, hey, if you want, since he's foundered and I'm going to have to trim him every couple of weeks, keep him over here. And she had like some nieces that wanted to ride him. And I said, okay, cool. But don't ever sell him. Send him back here, So she's just kind of watching, hanging on to him.
He's got a girlfriend over there.
Yeah, he's got a couple
Yeah,
girlfriends.
she sent me a picture of him and he runs with some pretty cute
Yeah.
ones.
But he just takes a little bit of feed, so.
Take his little red bucket to him.
Was the sheriff here when you were here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
He liked to hang out by the water.
Donnie's
We could bring him back and I'll keep him in my yard.
They're the same color hair too.
yeah. Donnie, since he's so short, for those of you listening, Donnie is like incredibly short. Like he might get government funding for being so short. He really wants a pony. Not a mini horse, but a pony. He wants a pony bucking horse too. And then I pick him up on a pony pickup horse.
That
That would be some funny video. And then like start it out like it's gonna be rank, like do a bunch of
Oh, yeah.
B-roll,
Oh,
intense
yeah.
music, like you can't see
Just
the
show
horses
their feet and like
stomping,
putting the saddle on.
Yeah.
It's
real
like the
like him stretching.
the mutton busting shoots at the rodeo in front of the bucket.
I think it'd be funny if we brought him out of the big chutes.
Yeah. Show like a real up close of the horse's nose snorting like.
Yeah.
Making a
Oh.
cold day and you can see it.
I'm glad Sheriff's doing all right. I didn't know where he was.
Yeah, he's good.
I remember a Snapchat one time of yours, Valentine's Day one time. He was over there by the water hole, and you brought the little red bucket of grain over to him. Sat next to him. It's like, Sheriff, you know what love is.
I do.
Looking over the water.
I do remember that.
My Snapchat?
It was
I
a
did
little
that.
video. I remember that though.
I don't remember that. So, last question. We're going to wrap up. I got to know, how did you and Ashley meet? Did it have anything to do with
Tinder.
Dale Brisby? Like, tell me she was following me, and then she saw you, and then followed you. Tell me that.
And that's this week's podcast of Rodeo Time.
No comment, none of my business. I'm going to go with that. Here I am just bringing people together. It's all about the kids. Okay, you don't have to answer my question, but I'm putting this on you. I'm about to put this on you. If y'all meeting had anything to shut up, had anything to do with me, you have to name your son Dale. It can be a middle name. No. If it's a middle name, you have to put Dale Brisby. It has to have 2 middle names. Or the first name can just be Dale. Otherwise, it's going to be like if you wanted it to be like John, it'd be like John Dale Brisby Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah. Okay?
John Johnson.
Can we agree on that?
Yeah. Yep. John.
I would shake your hand, but we're not allowed to do that right now. Thank you for watching, for listening. This has been a Rodeo Time podcast starring Mr. Garret Kelly Johnson, guest appearance with Leroy, Wesley Jane Snipes, Donnie Daytona. Pow pow and on to the next one. You got any life advice for us on our way out?
Good luck out there.
Man, a few words.
You guys got anything?
I don't know. No, I can't. How am I gonna follow that up?
I mean, Garrett said it all.
Okay, pal, pal. Thanks for listening.
On to the next one.
my baby, gonna hold her tight.
Gonna have some afternoon delight.
Motto's always been when it's right. While waiting till the middle of a cold, dark night, sky rockets in flight. Boo! Afternoon delight. Whoop!